Hi, my name is Lee Acey. I'm with Mayo Clinic's social media team. I recently had a chance to talk with a couple of couples from Lincoln, Illinois, and find out some reasons why they travel 400 miles for their medical care here at Mayo Clinic. Here's a little bit of what they had to say.
My name is Marty Fulton, and I have been coming to a Mayo Clinic since 1998. Actually, I began coming to Mayo when we began going to Jacksonville, Florida, and I had surgery for an ocular melanoma in my left eye.
My name is Charles Knotts. I live in Lincoln, Illinois, which is about 400 miles from here. And I come to Mayo Clinic because I have a question that's developed about a possible recurrence of prostate cancer. And I have heard from so many others in Lincoln and also my referring doctor that this is a superb place to have that determined one way or the other.
I needed a doctor, and I needed to have someone who knew something about cancer, ocular melanoma, and so on and so forth. And a friend of mine suggested Mayo's. Her son at that time was a doctor at Mayo's in Jacksonville, and that's why we went there. Well, years later, my husband began going to Mayo's also because I thought it was incredible. I love the system. I think it's the best. Ideally, everyone in the United States would have something like a Mayo Clinic within their reach, because it works so beautifully.
I started the day at a presentation on stress management in the Judd Auditorium, and later today we'll take a couple of other classes which are available free to all people who are patients here.
While we're at a Mayo Clinic, we eat out. You always have some free time between tests and seeing your doctor. And one of his favorite things is, while we're here in Minnesota, is to go to Cabela's and wander through Cabela's, looking at all of the wonderful things in sports equipment.
I am not a patient here, but I guess you'd call me the caregiver, and I get to accompany him. And I think it's a fabulous place to come to, not only because of the system, but there's plenty for me to do as I wait for him or I accompany him. And in fact, the atmosphere is very inviting here.
And actually, one of the education pamphlets is a pamphlet for caregivers on how to treat their.
So she's been taking pretty good care of you?
Yes, I would say so.
I started coming with her, and we found that the trip to Jacksonville was just too hard. It took 2 days down there, and we found out we could come up to Rochester in about 7 hours, and so we shifted from Jacksonville to Rochester 3 or 4 years ago. And we've been coming up here ever since, and have been delighted. And as my wife said, it's the system that's just incredible. They have the finest system for medical care of any place in the world, I think.
Reinhold Niebuhr has spent part of his youth in Lincoln, Illinois, and I think Mayo lives up to the Serenity Prayer. It lets you take care of the things you can, to accept the things that can't be taken care of, and certainly at Mayo's they have the wisdom to know the difference.
It's a great system, and great doctors, great care. Everything works here.
We really appreciated hearing their stories. Now I'd like to hear yours. Please feel free to either share a video response or share your story in the comments below. We really would like to hear your Mayo Clinic story.